everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. How'd you like that, huh? That was a pretty cool intro. Yes, you're probably thinking, what the heck was that all about? Yes, I'm in the shop, but I was outdoors. Well, that there is a little snippet of Father's Day weekend. My son and I took off with a friend of mine and his son, and we took off on a Thursday morning and we headed out to Eastern Washington. And we just wanted to get away a little bit, have a good weekend. You know, Kasha and Ella kind of hung out, did their thing, did a little girl thing. And then they actually prepared a Father's Day dinner for me when we got back on Sunday. But Ben and I took off and we headed out there. We hooked up with a friend of ours and he got to show us around. You might remember him from last year when Ben and I went over to Eastern Washington to go get my grinder, that Black Fox over in Walla Walla, Washington. Well, that's where Thaddeus was at the time. Now Black Fox is out of Spokane. Well, we ended up hooking up with Cody and Taylor from the X family, or Gung Ho Dogs and Dad Dare. And Cody introduced me to his father, Keith, and he took us out panning for gold and doing a little prospecting. And then we got to meet some other prospectors, and we got a little, you know, taste of what it was like. So I got in touch with Keith, said, hey, what you doing this weekend? So we headed out, we hooked up with Keith, and we actually got together with him and met some more miners. We did some tours in a gold mine, and we actually bought a bunch of pay dirt, and we were given some pay dirt, and we brought it home, and then Ben and I taught Ella and Kasha how to pan for gold. That's right, we brought about, I'd have to say at least a 5-gallon pail of pay dirt, and we spent the better part of 2-3 hours in the backyard over a gorilla cart filled with water, and we were showing the girls how to pan for gold and do everything, and it was awesome. We all found gold. Now Ben and I, we found gold when we went to Eastern Washington, but we brought some back, and we brought some luck back, and with the thanks of Rob and Keith and Pat and Bob, the girls got a little bit of that experience. So I wasn't really doing a whole lot of videoing because, well, honestly, gang, been getting a little burnt out with stuff. This was actually my first trip to go out and do anything Father's Day weekend. I've been in a shop kicking out knives. We were doing some homeschooling at the beginning of the year, and then we had a bunch of chores here on the property to do, so we were kind of getting all that stuff wrapped up. So this was the first weekend we got away, so we shot out to Eastern Washington and did that. Now, it doesn't mean I've been dilly-dallying around, because you've been paying attention. The channel's been pretty busy. I've been putting out one video a week, and I've been showing you knives. Not every single knife, because, you know, a lot of you guys, you know, I took advice from y'all. Last year, I pretty much did a knife video for almost every single knife I made. I did 2 videos a week, up to maybe 3 videos a week sometimes, for 17 months. It was a lot. And so what I'm doing is I'm ramping it down a little bit. I'm kicking 1 video out a week. Maybe I combined a bunch of things together. Other stuff you guys just kind of miss out on because, like I said, just getting a little worn down and everything. But that's not to say I haven't been busy, because as you guys have seen, got some new swag in-house. I got those coffee mugs. I got the decals, the patches, and of course I've been kicking out knives. Look at this. I got Coyote Works knives there. Yes, I actually have a knife right here. It is soaking in the little mineral spirit concoction I made. That is a Coyote pup. And that one was done, I might have mentioned in another video, that's going to be a Lolo Overland knife. That's going out to Josh over at Lolo Overland. I'm making 2 knives for him to sell over there. One of them is going to be the Coyote pup, and that is going to be in Bolivian rosewood. And one of these little handsome fellas right here, that's going to be a Coyote Works 1.0 in the same matching wood. Silver pins on both of them, hand-sanded satin finish with raptor skin, that black leather-looking Kydex material, that thermoplastic material, and some Blade Tech locks. So those are going to be going down to Josh later on. You guys will have to figure out when. He might do a video on it. He'll probably post something on Instagram or whatever, but hey, that's not what today's video is about, because I got Randy, I got Chris, I got Scott, I got Robert, and I got Lolo over there. But this was also to kind of show you guys a little bit about some of the things that I had on the trip. One of the items is, oh, look at that handsome, oh, I'm sorry, look at that. Oh, you're getting overexposed there. Look at a handsome devil over there. Look at that. Oh, yeah, well, Dutch too. But look at that. Oh, old Trip's looking good. Well, I wanted to get a couple of these things because I wanted to talk to you guys about not just the trip, but I also wanted to give a shout out to a company that I found and has some phenomenal products, and many of them made here in the USA. So let me see if I can find those. Oh, here they are here. Oh, look. Oh, you can't see the garage here. The garage is all dark. Let's see here. You see the garage, it got all this stuff in here. Ooh, a little overexposed. There we go. That's a bunch of our camping gear from when we went out. But this is what I want to show you. So let's walk down the trip as I mess with my exposure some more, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, I had to sit you guys down there. Hopefully the exposure is not too bad. It really stinks at needing these glasses because I got to see this. So there we go. Hopefully that's not too bad for you. Take these off. Set these off to the side here. But I wanted to talk to you guys about these. Many of you would probably know if you've been camping, if you do work, if you do projects or chores or anything like that, finding a good strap, like a bungee strap or something like that, it can be very daunting. And then a lot of them, after a while, they kind of wear, they've got that fabric type material over them and they kind of get worn out and such. They'll fade in the sun, they'll crack, they'll just get brittle after a while. Well, since I got this Rhino rack up here with, of course, that handsome CK knife and tool design up there from my buddy Casey over at Graphic Reflections, I turned around and I was trying to figure out some way to put our dry bags up there. We have dry bags for our clothes and we have dry bags for our sleeping bags. And on the trip for Ben and I, we just threw everything in the back of the trip. We had plenty of room for the two of us. But when all four of us are on the road and we bring Dutch with, okay, we want to make sure Dutch has enough room in the back of the truck and he's safe. He doesn't have all the stuff flying around. So that means we throw some stuff up in the Rhino Rack X-tray that I got on the top of the roof there. Which, by the way, it's been working out great. I'm going to have an update video for that later. But I wanted to find some way of keeping all my gear down. Now, I went to Home Depot or Lowe's or, you know, like a Menards or someplace, but you guys, and get those bungees that go across there, but they don't always have the strength that you're looking for. And I didn't want to do a ratchet strap because I don't need that much space. The Rhino Rack, it's the width, the storage width is only like 36 inches by about 48 or so inches long. So to put stuff in there and have a ratchet strap, I was gonna have a ton of fabric left over. And then I got that big metal buckle, and I didn't want that because, you know, hey, Murphy is always tapping on her shoulders, and by using those ratcheting straps, my luck, me or somebody else is gonna be taking it off. It's gonna drop, it's gonna smack against the glass in the truck or on the roof. I didn't want that. I was really concerned about it. So I was leaning back to the ratchet straps. Now in the interim, I figured I'll just get some paracord. I've got, you know, probably 5,000 or 6,000 feet from back in the day. I'd probably do that. But I got to talking to Keith, and he steered me onto this product here. It's called the Perfect Bungee. And as you guys know, there's always these key factors I like to talk about when it comes to a product. Is it made in America? Is it handmade? Is it a small business? Is it a family-owned business? Is it a veteran-owned business, or you know, like a law enforcement or firefighter-owned business? Well, this here, made in America, and it is super cool. These bungees, it's the Perfect Bungee. I have to say, it would be that. They're super tough. They come in a variety of different lengths. These are the 36 inches, I believe I got. I got these. Yeah, these were the 36-inch standard duty straps. But they come in a bunch of different colors. But just look at the material on this thing. It's about a 1/2 inch, a little bit wider. And I said it's got nylon S-hooks, and it's not just a basic nylon. Keith told me the type of nylon it was, but it's like this, like fiber, like almost like a fiberglass type nylon impregnated material. You guys know what I'm talking about because there's some really good materials made like that. So they're a super duty hook. But what's really nice is not just being made in America, in different colors, of course, and lengths, lifetime warranty. These things are awesome. Now, I bought these, so this isn't a paid endorsement. There's nobody endorsing this one right now. But there's two things about this. One, I like these a lot, and that's why I want to share it with you. And two, I'm trying to help out another small business owner. So that's why I want to talk about these. Now, you're going to have to go on to Get Storganized. I'll put that right down below, and I'll also put a link down in the description. It's called GetStorganized.com. You can find a ton of stuff there for boating, as well as camping and overlanding. I had to share these with you guys, because with the Rhino Rack X-Tray, this hook, you see this shape hook right here, it literally clips onto the top of the rack. You could fit it on the top rim of the rack, or you could fit it on the bottom rim of the rack. And it really just snaps right on there, and it stretches across. And these will not stretch out like that fabric type material. And being UV protected, these will not deteriorate and fall apart with the exposure to sun and the elements. Now, I've got 3 of them on the top of Trip right now. And after storing our bags, Ben and I said, you know what, since we got them, we're gonna test them out. So Benny went and he lined up all our dry bags that we had, and he strapped them down on the roof and held really tight. We drove all the way home from Eastern Washington, speeds around 70, 75 miles an hour. We had some rain, we had some pretty heavy winds. These things held up great. And they're super quiet. I've got 3 up on my truck right now. I've been driving around for the last week since we've been back. And you don't get any whistling or anything, which was really cool. So I just left the 3 up there just to kind of see how they're gonna hold up, because I got these 2 that I'm also gonna use for our gear bags when we go on our next trip, our family trip. But I wanna put those 3 up there just to make sure they're holding up well and do everything. But you gotta look it up. So hit get Storganized. It's like storage and organized put together. So getstorganized.com. Again, the link is down below, and you gotta check these things out. I am so happy with these things. It's really cool. All weather resistant. They'll stretch to 2 times their length. So these are 36 inches. These can stretch up to 6 feet. I probably won't want to try to do that, but you can do those kind of things. And again, I'll leave everything down below, but these are super cool, and I wanted to share them with you because a lot of you are getting back out on the trails again, getting out camping with some family, and this small window of opportunity that many of our states are gonna have. I thought I'd share these with y'all, and you gotta get some. So I don't have any discount codes, I don't have any promo codes or anything like that. Like I said, I'm doing this to support a small business. And again, these are made in America. So check it out, getstorganized.com, and go grab yourself a few. Let them know CK Knife and Tools sent you. I'd appreciate it, and maybe at some point, I might have another giveaway. Never know. So yeah, like I said, I want to share that with you real quick. X-Tray's been holding up really good. But you know what? Yeah, it's been doing great. The only thing is I actually ended up taking it off the truck, and I used the Krylon spray, and I actually sprayed, I rhino-lined this whole thing, not rhino-lined it, but I bed liner coated it all. It has that texture now like the fender flares I got from Rough Country last year. I did the same thing to the X-Tray, and it gave it a nice look. So that's the only difference I've done with it lately, but it's holding up really good. So a big shout out to Rhino Rack for that kind of product. And of course the Goanna equipment. The Wanaka 3 has been a great rooftop tent, especially for a beginner like me. So much so my buddy Chris, who we went out with, he actually picked up the Nosara, and he also has the 6.5-foot awning. But where we stayed, it was an old mining camp, and from like 100 and some years ago. So we had a good canopy of trees, we had awesome weather, so neither one of us deployed our awnings, but we definitely used the rooftop tents. And it was really nice. Matter of fact, I was dying in mind because the temperatures dropped down to about 50 degrees, 55 degrees, and I still had the insulating liner in mind. And I was in my skivvies and didn't need a sleeping bag or anything. It was, my body heat would warm that tent up so much. I had to I opened all the windows and stuff just so I could cool it down a little. So if you need an insulating liner for your rooftop tent come this fall or winter, I'd definitely check out, hit up GoannaEquipment.com, or even check out offroadtents.com. I got mine off from offroadtents.com, but I think Goanna is going to start offering them for their tent specifically. But if you have a Tepui or a 23-0 or one of the other brands that are similar to these floor plans, hit up offroadtents.com. If you don't see it, just go ahead and send them an email. They're pretty good at getting back to you. Again, no promo codes for offroadtents.com, but my promo codes are still working for Goanna Equipment. So if you're interested in awning, you can use CK Knife Awning, or you could do for a rooftop tent, you could go CK Knife RTT. I believe those are correct. It's been a while. I'll leave them down below. But until then, guys, remember, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Keep me from the bottom of the YouTube bucket. I do appreciate everything. Thank you very much. And just because I'm slowing down on videos doesn't mean I'm not appreciative or that I'm really thankful. So again, you guys take it easy. Bye.